You probably think humans domesticated wolves. But the genetics say something closer to the opposite. A population of wolves domesticated themselves onto us, and in the process, quietly rewired the way your brain processes trust. Picture a river valley in Siberia, roughly 30,000 years ago. A small band of humans is camped near a carcass they can't finish before it spoils. At the edge of the firelight, a pack of wolves waits, not attacking, watching, calculating a risk-reward ratio that no human decided for them. The wolves that stayed just close enough to scavenge scraps without triggering a spear survived better than the ones who kept their distance or the ones who got too bold. That's it. That's the whole mechanism at the start. No training, no leash, just a filter, generation after generation, selecting for calmer, less reactive animals. Wait, the wolves domesticated themselves? Yes, researchers call this the self-domestication hypothesis, and it flips the entire story you were taught in school. Humans weren't out there catching wild pups and taming them one by one. Evolution was doing the selecting, using human tolerance as the filter, before any human intended to build a relationship at all. Genetic studies, led by evolutionary biologist Robert Wayne, trace the split between wolves and the ancestors of modern dogs to somewhere between roughly 20,000 and 40,000 years ago, a window wide enough that scientists still argue over the exact date. What's not in dispute is this. For thousands of years, humans and this proto-dog population were shaping each other's biology at the same time, on the same landscape, without either species deciding anything. Here's where it gets strange. Paleoanthropologist Pat Shipman proposed something bigger than pets. In her research, she argues this wolf-human partnership may have given early Homo sapiens a decisive edge over Neanderthals in Europe. Better tracking, better hunting, better early warning systems against predators. If she's right, the animal curled up at your feet tonight might have helped determine which human species is still around to feed it. Now for the part that lives in your body right now. In 2015, researcher Miho Nagasawa and her team measured something nobody expected. When dogs and their owners lock eyes, both species get a spike in oxytocin, the same bonding hormone released between a parent and an infant. In her study, owners who received more eye contact from their dogs showed oxytocin increases of over 100% after a short interaction. Your dog isn't performing affection for you. It is chemically hijacking the exact bonding circuit evolution built for your own children. Wait, that circuit wasn't built for dogs at all. It was built millions of years earlier for mother-infant bonding in primates. Wolves turned dogs didn't evolve a new trick. They found the oldest, most sensitive wiring already sitting in your skull, and learned through pure selection pressure that triggering it kept them fed, warm, and safe. That's not companionship in the sentimental sense. That's one species finding the exact password to another species' nervous system. This is where researcher Brian Hare's work gets uncomfortable. His experiments show dogs read human pointing gestures better than chimpanzees do, better than our closest living relatives. Not because dogs are smarter overall, because thousands of generations of that same selection pressure built a social intelligence aimed specifically at reading us. Every skill your dog has is a skill selected for one target audience: your face, your hands, your attention. So think about what that means for the modern moment you already know. You come home. You're exhausted, maybe irritated, maybe holding it together by a thread. And a creature shaped by 30,000 years of reading exactly this moment in your face tilts its head, holds your eyes a beat too long, and something in your chest loosens before you've said a word. You didn't choose that reaction. You can't opt out of it any more than you can opt out of loving a crying infant. It's not a personality quirk. It's the oldest hardware in your brain, and something outside your own species learned, purely through survival math, exactly which button it is. Tonight, somewhere in your house or your neighbor's, that same ancient transaction will happen again. A door will open. A tail will move before a name is even said. And for one unremarkable second, two species that never signed any agreement will complete a deal struck by a river 30,000 years ago, one that neither of them remembers making, and neither of them can walk away from.